break out, and the breakout scenario with an Izaiah Zane, I think hits differently than most of the stars that are trying to break out into the roster. He's already on the roster, but he's really trying to make an impression to break
and
into the
his opponent
of this company. This one,
hailing from Charlotte, North Carolina, weighing in at 207 pounds, the ageless one, Caprice Coleman!
they call him the ageless one for seemingly an obvious reason. Look at this man. You could not guess his age. You know how they play those games where you have to guess the person's age? And if you guess their age, you know, you get a prize, but it's impossible to guess their age?
Yes, very true.
And that's the scenario we're looking at right now with a Caprice Coleman, a guy who, let me just say this, he looks like he's 25, but those 25 years have actually been spent in the wrestling business. He really is the picture of, you know, someone who knows how to fit anywhere in the wrestling business. There are moments where he was wrestling regularly, then he moved into being an interviewer, a commentator. Of course, he's doing that with Ring of Honor, but he is still able to wrestle, and he's a trainer as well.
I mean, let's just say, you know, thank you to Temple Network. We're all throughout the Caribbean, and for my folks in the Caribbean, you know, black don't crack.
Well, in a lot of places, and not just as black not crack, but you end up, when you live kind of a clean lifestyle as he has, you know, it really does show forth in that particular space. So let me ask you this.
Yes.
Izaiah Zane is one of those guys who wants to make a step, but he wants to do it at the expense of these veterans. One interesting thing is when, and you know this, in the world of track and field, when you are battling opponents who have more experience or different kinds of experience, you learn different things from them.
Right.
And
He has that. He was at the mountaintop, or close to the mountaintop.
He was close.
Had like snow caps.
Yes.
Didn't quite make it, and maybe this is how he's going to prove to the board to get another opportunity.
Well, with that said, you know, we've been seeing over time on Saturday night, beautiful drop kick from Caprice Coleman. Good Lord. That was amazing there, and this could be enough here. We get a count of 1 and 2, and only 2. You know, we've been seeing on Saturday Night Live on the issues with his son Chase, and they've been going back and forth, and it is really father and son having all kinds of battles. Do you think that Caprice could be very distracted by what's going on with his son, too distracted to perhaps focus on this match with Izaiah Zane?
I would want to say yes, but that would be the easy way out. The mark of a true champion.
Oh, gosh.
That was not good. The mark of a true champion is no matter what's going on in your life, to focus on what's ahead of you and what's in front of you. So yes, that's happening in your family life, but the likes of, for instance, Serena Williams.
Here it is, this continual problem that's going on with Caprice and Chase, and it's not just at home, it's here in all Caribbean wrestling as well.
And I mean, to your point,
Sorry, big chop there from Caprice. And
you're gonna go with that. Yeah, you see what's happening with that. But the difference was with Izaiah, I mean, Caprice can kind of take him down and feel no remorse.
Oh, but there's a backstabber there.
What would happen is Zane does take this W.
Well, I think if Zane gets the win, I think it puts him in position for a couple of things. Position potentially for the Digital Media Championship and an opportunity there, or potential Western leg sweep there coming from Caprice Coleman, but I couldn't tell if he fell.
Now, with that, there's so many. The men's locker room is so stacked.
It is stacked.
So I don't necessarily know where he is in the hierarchy, the pecking order. We talked to the board about that. But I think both of them have.
Oh my gosh! What a clothesline there from Caprice Coleman. And we talked about the impact of Chase. I think that's where we're seeing the impact of Chase right now, in a new level of intensity from the Ageless One.
Very much so. And now.
Oh, look at this. We don't see him fly off, and that shoulder tackle shades of the great Ron Simmons, the first African-American world champion.
Yeah, so ECW champion. What does that
That's a dream match that has never happened, and people have been trying to solve Father Time, and no. Izaiah Zane looking to escape Father Time, and he did just that. It's just starting to set up to what we could see. Oh, wow. And now, one thing that you can never escape is Father Time, and Izaiah Zane proves us right.
The winner of this match by submission, Caprice Coleman!
A big win there for the ageless one.